Today on Coins News Daily, we uncover the real truth behind the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1967 with no mint mark, a coin that appears ordinary but can become extraordinary under the right conditions. This is not a story built on hype or fantasy. This is a journey into American numismatic history where knowledge separates pocket change from serious money and where one small detail can change everything. The 1967 Washington quarter was struck during a critical transition in United States coinage, when silver was removed from circulating quarters and replaced with a copper nickel-clad composition, marking a turning point in American monetary history. Because this coin was produced without mint marks during this era, every authentic 1967 quarter shows no mint mark, which makes identification simple but also demands careful attention to condition and errors. The standard specifications matter, and serious collectors always start here, with an official weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge that must be sharp and even. Most examples you find today are worn and worth face value, but the story changes completely when condition, strike quality, and mint errors enter the picture. High-grade uncirculated examples with strong luster, sharp hair details on Washington, and clean fields can command impressive premiums, especially when certified by top grading services. The rarest value drivers come from error varieties, including off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and most importantly wrong planchet errors that place this quarter on silver or foreign metal blanks. A genuine wrong planchet error from 1967 is one of the most sought after modern quarter errors, because it should not exist, and when it does, collectors compete aggressively. Another key factor is strike quality, because many quarters from this year were weakly struck, so fully struck examples with bold lettering and crisp eagle details stand out immediately. Grading is everything in this market, because a certified mint state 67 or higher example can multiply the value dramatically compared to an uncertified coin. Professional grading confirms authenticity, protects value, and gives buyers confidence, which is why serious money flows only to graded coins, the highest verified auction prices for standard non-error 1967 quarters in elite grades have reached amounts exceeding $1,000 in English words, especially when appeal is exceptional. For dramatic error coins, verified auction results have crossed 5 figures, with prices reaching $10,000 in English words or more for rare wrong planchet examples. The estimated extreme high price for a top population finest known error specimen can approach $20,000 in English words when demand peaks and collectors battle for ownership. Even lesser errors such as dramatic off-center strikes or major die breaks can still sell for several hundred to several $1,000s in English words depending on severity and grade. Market demand remains strong because modern error coins appeal to both traditional collectors and new investors who want affordability combined with rarity. To hunt this coin properly, look for unusual weight differences, missing reading, off-metal color, distorted designs, and sharp uncirculated surfaces with no signs of cleaning. Always use a digital scale, a magnifier, and compare your coin against known authentic examples before assuming rarity. When it comes time to sell, trusted United States marketplaces matter, including heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, Great Collections, and respected online platforms like certified coin marketplaces and major auction sites. Proper photos, certification, and patience are essential, because rushed sales leave money on the table. This is why knowledge is power in coin collecting, and why the 1967 Washington quarter with no mint mark deserves a second look before you spend it. Today we open a mystery first, because millions of 1993 quarters exist, yet only a tiny fraction carry the traits that push collectors into intense bidding wars. The 1993 Washington quarter without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, during an era when mint marks were still omitted on Philadelphia coins, and while the standard issue is common, Specific rare varieties and dramatic mint errors transform this everyday coin into a serious collector. Target: let us ground this story in real history, because honesty matters, and the Washington Quarter design honors George Washington, created by John Flanagan, with a strong classical portrait on the obverse and the iconic eagle on the reverse that defined American coinage strength for decades. The standard specifications are critical for identification, because knowledge separates winners from guessers. With a correct weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a reeded edge, and a copper-nickel-clad composition that must match exactly, any deviation from these numbers should immediately raise your attention, because weight changes, off-center strikes, or abnormal thickness often indicate a genuine mint error that collectors aggressively pursue. Now let us reveal what truly makes a 1993 no mint mark quarter valuable, and the answer is not age alone, but condition, rarity within error categories, and market demand driven by registry set collectors. High-grade examples graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC in mint state 67 and above are scarce, and these coins show razor-sharp details, blazing luster, and absolutely no wear from circulation. But the real excitement comes from error coins, including double die obverse where Washington facial features appear doubled. Off-center strikes where part of the design floats away from the rim, broad strikes without a retaining collar, clipped planchets, missing metal segments, and wrong planchet errors struck on foreign or experimental blanks. Collectors also pay strong premiums for strike-through errors, where grease or debris blocked part of the design, creating dramatic missing elements that can be easily verified by experts. To identify a rare example, you must examine the coin under proper lighting, use a magnifier of at least 10 power, check the rim alignment, confirm the correct weight with a digital scale, and compare suspicious details against verified error references. Grading is not optional when serious money is involved, because third-party certification protects buyers, verifies authenticity, and dramatically increases liquidity when it is time to sell. The highest verified auction prices for 1993 Washington Quarter errors have reached several $1,000s, with major off-center and double die examples selling for amounts in the range of $2,000 to $5,000 in competitive auctions. Exceptional high-grade mint state 68 examples have brought prices above $1,000, proving that condition rarity matters even in modern coinage. The estimated extreme high price for a dramatic wrong planchet error or major multi-strike example can reach $10,000 or more when certified and offered through a premier auction house. Error coin estimated values vary widely, with minor errors valued in the range of $100 to $500, while bold, visually stunning errors command far higher results. If you want to sell for big money, use real United States marketplaces and auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, Great Collections, and certified online platforms like eBay only when paired with professional grading. Never clean your coins, never alter surfaces, and never rely on social media guesses, because serious buyers demand certified truth. The real lesson today is powerful and practical, because rare coins are not always old, but they are always documented, verified, and respected by the market. Before you spend another quarter, look closely, weigh carefully, learn constantly, and remember that knowledge is the most valuable tool in coin hunting. Today on Coins News Daily we explore the legend, the reality, and the potential value of the United States of America ultra-rare and most talked about 2023 P-Error Quarter featuring Edith Kanaka'ole, a coin that has captivated collectors and sparked debates across forums and auction houses alike. When the United States Mint released the 2023 American Women Quarters program, millions of quarters were struck with designs honoring influential American women. Among those, the Edith Kanaka'ole quarter stands out not because it was always supposed to be rare, but because minting anomalies have created error varieties that scream collector interest louder than almost any modern quarter in recent memory. Before we dive into specifics, let us understand what makes a coin valuable in the first place. Value in coins comes from scarcity, demand, condition, and verification by independent grading services like PCGS or NGC. A coin worth serious money today is not simply old or different, it must be authenticated, graded, and proven rare beyond ordinary circulation. Examples. Now here is the dramatic truth about the Edith Kanaka'ole 2023 P quarter. The most talked about error is known as a clash die variety, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghosted impressions on both sides of the coin. On some examples, the name Edith appears faintly on George Washington's portrait, and parts of Washington's face appear on the reverse, a surreal visual that gets a coin hunter's heart pounding every time. Collectors refer to this as a major clash die error, and it is not a subtle mistake that you need a microscope to see. If you hold the coin up to a strong light or magnifier, the overlapping images jump out and demand attention from any serious numismatist looking for a modern era piece. You should know the basics of this quarter's weight and diameter as a starting point for identification. Like all United States quarters since 1965, it weighs 6.25 grams and measures 24.38 millimeters in diameter with a reeded edge. The metal composition is a clad sandwich of copper and nickel, giving it the familiar silvery color that you see every day in circulation. Now here is the critical part of real coin hunting knowledge: what to look for to separate a common quarter from something worth saving. First, check the motto, "In God We Trust." If the letters are weak, filled with grease, or appear warped so that the G looks like a C spelling, "In God We Trust," you may have an error example that demands further inspection and potential grading. Second, on true clash die examples, you may see overlapping design elements from the opposite side of the coin, a ghosted quarter on the quarter itself. That is not supposed to be there, and a clear clash like this is what separates a possible gradable error from normal circulation where. Third, examine the date, 2023. On some varieties the 3 may appear faint or incomplete due to strike irregularities caused by foreign material or die problems. Knowledgeable collectors and graders pay close attention to these subtle differences that can turn a face value of 25 cents into a coin worth much more. Let us talk real numbers and real market data, because that is what serious collectors want to hear. Raw, uncertified clash die Edith Kanaka'ole era coins have been listed online for up to $800, although actual sale prices vary depending on eye appeal and collector interest. Other listings with dramatic textual anomalies like the "In God We Trust" type errors have been advertised with prices ranging from $100 to $900. But these are often speculative until verified by grading services with matching auction records. You should understand that unlike centuries-old rarities, most modern-era coins are not guaranteed to rise dramatically in value over time unless they remain scarce, well-documented, and authenticated by PCGS or NGC. That is why grading is absolutely important. A certified coin with an official error designation and a high grade will always command a premium over an ungraded piece. Here is a teaching moment that every coin hunter needs to remember. When you find a potential error coin, do not immediately rush to sell it based solely on online price listings. First, photograph the coin carefully from every angle, note all irregularities, and then seek out a trusted local coin dealer or submission to a recognized grading service. The difference between a raw coin and a graded certified coin can be tens of times greater in realized sale value. Speaking of sales, the top verified auction prices for modern era coins like this are still emerging, but established auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and eBay rare coin categories have seen era quarters sell in the $100 to $300 range. with exceptional certified examples occasionally crossing higher thresholds when demand spikes. Now here is the most honest takeaway you must know before we wrap up. The 2023 P. Edith Kanaka'ole Clash Die quarter is not yet at the level of the historic 1943 bronze Lincoln cent that sold for $336,000, but it is one of the most collectible modern errors from a widely circulated series and a fantastic example of how even recent coins can spark numismatic excitement. If you are hunting through rolls, bank bags, or coin bins this weekend, keep your eyes sharp and your magnifier ready. Look for irregular letters, ghost images, uneven surfaces, and anything that makes you go wow, is that really on the coin? That simple curiosity could be the start of your next big find and perhaps the next great story on Coins News Daily. Finally, if you found value in this inside look at the Edith Kanaka'ole 2023 P-era coin, do not forget to like this video, leave a comment with your own finds, share this with fellow coin hunters, and subscribe to Coins News Daily so you never miss the next big discovery in the world of rare coins. Every collector counts and every coin has a story waiting to be told.